All right. This is a pouch sling, and I recommend everyone have one, but hardly ever use it. They're usually really cheap, 7 slings. You can usually get a Groupon for and get them for free, plus the cost of shipping. And they fold up very compactly and will fit in any stroller or diaper bag or even your purse. I have a very small purse and I always have one of these in there so that if I'm in the grocery store and my daughter just decides she will not sit in the cart any longer or just has to nurse that exact second, that I can just whip this out and put it on, and I can carry her without having to hold her in my arms and try and push a cart at the same time. So they're very easy to put on. You just fold them in half, and you'll want, the seam is curved, and so that's going to be where the baby's butt goes. Generally you don't use these with kids until they can kind of sit themselves. With newborns and those with less neck control, it's hard for them to be in a secure position where you're not going to be obstructing their airway because their chins will sag to their chest. So mostly you just want this for hip carry with older child. So I have the seam on the bottom. I have it over my dominant shoulder so she'll rest on my non-dominant side. And as you can see, I have a pocket right here, and that's where her butt is going to go. Let me grab her. So I just hoist her up on my shoulder, and I guide her feet down inside, and I make sure her butt is in the pocket I created, and I'll pull it down and make sure it goes all the way up to her knees, and that it's going up her back and providing some good support. And then I can fold this over to make it a little tighter if necessary. Sometimes I like to reach down inside and make sure I'm really pulling that fabric up. And as you can see, she's right at boob level too, so if she decides she needs a little snack, she's right there. And you can hold them a little more on your front if you need to. You can slide them kind of around to your back a little more if you need them out of the way. And so that's how you carry them. They are sized. So when you're measuring, to order one, you want to measure from your shoulder to your hip, and then generally you'll want to order 1 or 2 sizes up, just because they tend to be kind of sized on the smaller side than what they claim to be for. My first one was a 7 sling, and I bought one that was supposedly for a 200-pound woman, and that was the perfect size for me. So keep that in mind when ordering. Some people, you can find locals that will make them for you. They're really easy. Or if you know how to do them yourself, they're pretty easy if you only have basic knowledge of a sewing machine. There's good tutorials online.
So do you find that it puts pressure on your one shoulder?
It does. That's why I say you don't want it as your main carrier. You have it for when you don't have your good carrier on hand, but it's the most compact carrier you're going to find, so it's good to have on hand for emergencies. But yes, it does put most of the pressure on just one shoulder, so you want it for short-term emergency uses, and that's what it's for.